Po made the worst decision of his life at the end of Kung Fu Panda 4, and Kung Fu Panda 5 is going to be the movie where it finally breaks him. Think about the last 5 minutes of KFP4. Po passes on the title of Dragon Warrior. He hands it to Zhen, a fox he had known for 3 days, a fox who literally tried to steal from him in the first act, a fox who worked for the villain, and standing right there, the entire time, was the warrior who had earned that title for 20 years, Tigress. Po did not give it to her, and Kung Fu Panda 5 is going to make him regret that more than anything he has ever done. Let me show you exactly how. Before you call me a hater, understand what I am actually saying. Po is the Dragon Warrior. He earned it in movie 1. He kept it in movie 2. He passed the test of Chi in movie 3. That is locked in. Nobody is taking that away from him. But in Kung Fu Panda 4, Po was not chosen as the Dragon Warrior. Po was choosing the next one, and that is a completely different thing. The universe picked Po, but the universe did not pick Zhen. Po did, with his own 2 paws, with no Oogway, no Peachtree, no destiny, just a guy making a call. And that is what makes it a mistake, because for the first time in the franchise, the title of Dragon Warrior was not given by fate. It was given by a friend, and Po picked the wrong friend. Let me explain why. Here is what people forget about Tigress. In the first movie, when Tai Lung escaped prison, and even Shifu froze, Tigress left in the middle of the night, alone, to face him. She did not ask permission. She did not wait for backup. She walked into the mountains expecting to die, because that is what the Dragon Warrior is supposed to do. In the second movie, when Po got shot point blank with a cannonball, Tigress was the one who dove into the water to save him, and when Po said he had to face Shen alone, she hugged him. She did not argue. She let him go, because she had finally accepted what the Dragon Warrior meant. In the third movie, when Po had to learn Chi, who taught the village to fight? Tigress. She went into the panda village. She trained civilians who had never thrown a punch in their lives, and she turned them into an army in days. 20 years of training, 3 movies of proving herself, countless times saving Po's life. And at the end of KFP4, Po looks her in the eye and hands the title to a thief he met on Tuesday. Now think about how that scene plays out. Tigress is not in it. She is not even in the building. Po picks Zhen with nobody from the original cast around to react. That is not a coincidence. That is DreamWorks knowing that if Tigress had been on screen at that moment, the audience would have rioted. Now let me tell you who Zhen is, because we need to be honest about her too. Zhen is a thief. That is how Po meets her. She is breaking into a temple to steal a relic. When caught, she lies about her name, her past, her motives. She manipulates Po the entire first act of the movie. Then we find out she is working for the Chameleon, directly. She has been raised by the Chameleon. She has spent her entire life in the villain's lair. She leads Po into a trap, on purpose. At the last second, she switches sides, because she realizes Po actually believes in her. And Po, being Po, forgives her instantly. Now here is the question nobody is asking. Would Oogway have picked her? Think about that. The same Oogway who waited centuries to find the right warrior. The same Oogway who said, "There are no accidents." Would he have looked at Zhen and said, "Yes, give her the staff. She has been a villain for 30 seconds. That is enough"? No, he would not have. Because Zhen has not earned anything. She switched sides. That is good. But switching sides is not the same as 20 years of training. It is not the same as facing Tai Lung alone in the dark. It is not the same as carrying the Furious 5 on her back. Po did not choose Zhen because she earned it. Po chose Zhen because he projected himself onto her. He saw a misfit who did not belong, and he gave her what he wished someone had given him sooner. It was emotional, not strategic. And that is exactly the kind of mistake KFP5 is going to punish. Here is where it gets dangerous. And this is the part of the theory I cannot stop thinking about. Zhen spent her entire life under the Chameleon's influence, raised by her, trained by her, shaped by her. The human mind does not unlearn that in 3 days. So what happens when Kung Fu Panda 5 introduces a new villain, and that villain knows exactly which buttons to push on Zhen? Because the Chameleon's old network is still out there, or because the new villain is somebody the Chameleon trained before her. Zhen could turn, not because she wants to, but because the conditioning is still in her, and now she is the Dragon Warrior, with Oogway's staff, with access to the Jade Palace, with the trust of every master in the valley. A compromised dragon warrior is the most dangerous thing this franchise has ever set up, and Po handed her the keys to the kingdom. And here is the kicker. The one person in the valley who saw through Zhen from day one was Tigress. Watch KFP4 again. Every time Zhen is on screen with Tigress in the marketing material and concept art, Tigress is studying her, not smiling, not warm, evaluating. Tigress has the instincts of a warrior who grew up unwanted. She knows what a person looks like when they are hiding something, and she clocked Zhen the second they met. Po did not listen, because Po sees the best in everyone. That is his strength as a hero, and it is his weakness as a leader. So here is what I think Kung Fu Panda 5 is actually setting up. At some point in the film, Zhen turns. She does not want to, but something pulls her back. Maybe the new villain has a piece of the chameleon left in them. Maybe she sees something that triggers her old programming. Either way, she ends up on the wrong side, and Po, who is now the spiritual leader of the Jade Palace, cannot fight her, not because he is not strong enough, but because Po does not fight people he loves. That is his whole arc. He saves villains, he forgives them, he believes in them. That is why he picked her in the first place. So, who fights Zhen? It cannot be Shifu. He is too old. It cannot be the Furious Five working together. That would feel like a group beating up a kid. It has to be one warrior, one match, one final test. It has to be Tigress. Because Tigress is the only one who saw it coming. She is the only one with the strength to take down a corrupted dragon warrior. And she is the only one who has the emotional weight to make that fight mean something. The warrior who was passed over against the warrior who was picked over her. One of them walks away as the true dragon warrior of the next generation. And the franchise finally answers the question it has been dodging since 2008. That is the movie. That is the climax KFP5 has been building toward, whether DreamWorks has confirmed it yet or not. Because every story setup in KFP4 points here. Po retiring to spiritual leader. Zhen handed a title she has not earned. Tigress quietly watching from the side. These are not loose ends. They are loaded weapons, and Po is the one who loaded them. Now I want your honest take, because this theory either makes you go, oh my god, he is right, or you are insane and I hate you for saying this. Both reactions are valid. So tell me below, do you think Po made the right call by picking Zhen? Or did he doom his own legacy the second he handed her that staff? And if Zhen turns in KFP5, is Tigress the one who finally takes the title? Or does the franchise pull another twist nobody sees coming? I have one more KFP5 theory that connects directly to this one. It involves a character from the very first movie who has not been seen since 2008. And I think they are coming back, but only if this video hits hard. So if you want that breakdown, hit subscribe, and drop the word Tigress in the comments so I know who actually watched to the end. See you in the next one.